And we're back again.
We changed our clothes.
I'm pretty sure I was wearing this jacket last time, but you'll have
Oh,
to forgive me. It's my favorite one. It's comfy.
what have you got underneath?
Just a just a gray t-shirt.
Okay,
Was I wearing that last time? I don't know.
you were, I think.
God, I really did wash my clothes.
Yeah, right. Look at us in the eyes. See? Your left eyebrow's twitching, which means you're telling us a
A
lie.
fib. I'm
A
a
fib,
big
yeah.
fibber.
A fib. Good morning, beautiful family.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
We're on lesson 338. 338. And Sis is going to read for us.
Okay. Lesson 338. I am affected only by my thoughts.
Mm.
I am affected only by my thoughts.
That's really big.
Isn't it?
What is troubling you all today? Is it a person? Is it the body? Is it an issue at work? Is it your children? Is it COVID? Is it what? The spiritualized ego that's telling you you're never going to get it?
No.
I don't know about that one, but I've heard it can be prevalent. Yeah, but this is just beautiful to start out of the gate. That all we're ever looking at, all we're ever interacting with, all we're ever seeing is our thought projected. And it's such a great message. It's really such a relief to know that we don't have to go into the world or to another brother or work on the body or work harder at work, right? It's only our thoughts that we could ever suffer from. So it's the thought that needs to be corrected.
Because that thought is never a fact unless it comes from God,
That's right.
right? So the thought is always going to be an interpretation of what's happening in the
Yes.
body or with our children in the world. It's
Yes.
always going to be an interpretation. But the next question is,
Who's the
which
one
identity
speaking?
does that interpretation come from?
That's right. Who are you today? Who are
Yeah,
you in this now moment? Mm.
I'll have some of that tea, thanks.
Celestial Seasonings Vanilla Spice. Who knew?
What a
It's really
great
good.
ad. What a
It's
great
beautiful.
ad.
I know.
That's your interpretation of that tea.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the only one. And if you don't share it, you're clearly wrong. Yeah. Ah, I'm expecting that check from Celestial Seasonings any day in the mail. All right.
Thank you for laughing.
Yeah,
Um,
have to.
yeah. So I am affected only by my thoughts. It needs but this to let salvation come to all the world. For in this single thought is everyone released at last from fear. In this single thought that I am affected only by my thoughts. Everyone's released from fear.
Mhm.
Everyone in the world, not just the world, but the universe. The dream.
That's it.
Now has he learned that no one frightens him and nothing can endanger him. He has no enemies and he is safe from all external things. His thoughts can frighten him, but since these thoughts belong to him alone, he has the power to change them and exchange each fear thought for a happy thought of love. There's the atonement.
That's it.
The sole responsibility of the miracle worker, that's us, you, us, is to accept the atonement for himself. That's it. One instant, less than a heartbeat, right? So we can exchange any thought from the ego
Mm-hmm.
or a happy thought of love. He crucified himself, yet God has planned that his beloved Son will be redeemed. Oh, so good to know that.
So this is about taking accountability for everything that's happening in our experience, not to judge it, but to bring it to the place of where it can be corrected. Because while we still have the fear and the guilt in the mind safeguarded by placing it out there when there is no out there, we're only looking upon our thoughts, ha ha. So it's about the accountability. We're never victimized. We have never ever been a victim. We've never actually been a perpetrator, right? All of this is some way for us to project guilt out onto the world, but it's in our mind. So collecting all the issues that we have and bringing them, this is only a thought in my mind. I'm suffering because of my beliefs about whatever this is, and it's just a false image of fear. So there's the level of exchange, bringing it back to the mind. It's only a thought. It's a false belief about what is here, God's creation, right? There is a true perception, a real world, or a happy dream for us to experience as an interim before God takes the final step. And it's there that everything that we're perceiving is turned into, the healthy body, harmonious relationship, abundance, function, peace, and a recollection of our innocence. That we're moving through this dream state in a state of dominion because there's no fear in our mind. And with no fear, we're not projecting fearful images. So there goes all problems, right? All suffering.
So
we did this to ourselves.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when we catch ourselves having a fear thought and believing it, all we need to do is confess that, right? Say, oh, okay, this is coming from the ego. So that's taking accountability. And we've got the thought because we wanted it.
And why did we want it? Because it safeguards the false identity, the mythical me that you think you are. These thoughts are necessary to keep the guilt and the fear in the mind that thinks it's a body. When we relinquish the fear and the guilt and all the projections, what arises? The awareness that I am not mythical me, but I am the innocent son of God. And this body can be useful for a while as a communication device to help others see you're only suffering because of thoughts in the mind. And that's not even your mind, right? Forgiving the idea of separation means forgiving the idea that you became a mythical me. And accepting the atonement means that you're accepting yourself as God created you to be. A spiritual child of God.
So it's a switch in identities, right?
Totally. Letting go of the false to accept the true and the real.
It's not making a better ego.
No. I tried that and it sucks.
Me too.
I can doll this up. I can better this. Somehow I'm going to get that, elusive holy grail. No, it's not out there. It's not. Don't even try. Turn around. Save yourself years in the dream of time.
Thanks, sis. Okay, so the prayer is, your plan is sure, my Father, only yours. All other plans will fail. And I will have thoughts that will frighten me until I learn that you've given me the only thought that leads me to salvation. Mine alone will fail and lead me nowhere. But the thought you gave me promises to lead me home because it holds your promise to your Son.
Can I read the footnote here?
Yeah, please.
God's promise to his Son is multifaceted, but the main emphasis throughout the course is the same as what seems to be suggested above, that we will return home to him. And here's another quote from within the Course. Salvation is a promise made by God that you would find your way to Him at last.
So it's inevitable.
Yeah, yes.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
dream's got to pop at some point. What isn't real cannot last.
What a
Yeah.
relief. What a relief.
It is a relief. It's very comforting.
Yeah.
Sooner than later, however, is my preference.
Sooner.
Now would be good.
I've got a couple of notes here, just briefly, just as a reminder that every single thing we see is neutral. Everything that we see with the body's five senses, feel, whatever, it's all neutral. So we give everything all the meaning it has for us. And unfortunately, until we've undone a good chunk of the ego thought system, most of the meaning that we've given almost everything comes from fear. So we've given it a fearful meaning, even the good stuff.
Right.
Good and bad, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the fact that can be often overlooked is that the body, others, the world, and the past are all thoughts in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all
That's
of it. They're all thoughts in my mind. Okay. And the question is, from which identity, either the ego, the holy self, do they arise? Do they come from love, or are they coming from fear?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thanks.
And there are two lessons that you may want to just go back over. And that's lesson number 2. I have given everything I see all the meaning that it has for me. And lesson 17, I see no neutral things. I see no neutral things because my thoughts about them are not neutral. Just a reminder. Whenever we get our knickers in a knot.
I've never had knotted knickers. What's that like? I like that phrase though. Anyway, yes. When our knickers are in a knot, then what? We can be sure.
Yeah, we can be sure. Well, we can be sure that it's been an ego thought.
Yeah.
All right. We're not seeing things as they are. We're seeing them as the ego in our mind has projected them to be. So it's an interpretation through the part of our mind that doesn't exist.
That's right.
That sounds insane.
In every now moment, we could be here now and experiencing what God is knowing, or every now moment is really empty space, but we take our past experience that we believe in, that we've made up, and then we take that past and we look upon images that we've made, and using our past reference, we define everything in this moment. And that's how we fill the present moment with our own interpretations. And they're always going to be fearful because the ego thought system is fear. And that prevents us from experiencing the correction. We need to recognize right here now, I don't know what anything is for. And I'm going to keep this here now moment free of all interference so that Holy Spirit can make that correction. But while I'm being an I know mind, or I'm being insistent, or I'm sure of my experience, I'm only taking a false past and using that to interpret the now moment, and nothing real will ever happen. So it's so important to make sure to be here in the now without any thought of, it's come wholly empty handed unto your God. I don't know the thing I am. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what this is for. And I give it to the one that does, which is in your mind. The Holy Spirit, your right mind. But it's the allowance to be infilled or informed by Holy Spirit.
In any now moment, we can do that.
Yeah, right now. How about it, guys?
That's it. Choose again.
Thanks, sis. I feel the gratitude that it's only the thoughts. There isn't really a real world with real diseases and real problems and real wars and real issues. There's not real enemies. Hate isn't real. Guilt isn't real. Fear isn't real. It's just a thought, and it's not even true. So, how easy can the correction be made? Letting our mind be returned to wholeness. That's it. That's why forgiveness is our only function.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm reminded too how much more powerful it is when there's a bunch of us here forgiving together.
Yeah. Punching a big old hole in this veil, and the light floods in. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thanks, sis.
Thank you.
And
That was lesson 338. Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.